Hello, mister.
There we go.
How's it going?
Oh, perfect. There
Finally,
we go. I can hear you perfectly.
finally. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Unfortunately, we
perfect.
had a problem there, right? I don't know what happened, but it's okay. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Oh, it is good to see you as well, man. Honestly, one of the biggest bands out there in Brazil, man. So just the fact that I'm chatting with you is absolute honor, man.
Oh, thanks a lot. We've been working here since the band was formed in 1996. Uh, uh, we've been working a lot. I started singing in the band only in 2004, but before that, I'm not okay. Is it
Yeah.
okay now?
Oh,
I was
perfect. Yeah,
saying that
I can hear you
the
perfectly.
band. That's okay. I was saying that the band started was formed in 1996. Before that, the guys were covering Ramones. Before that, and they started to form a band based on punk rock uh, in the northeast of Brazil. That is really it's really tough, to to make this happen here. But we've been working for the band. It's going to complete 28 years now. I've been in the band since 2004, 3, I think 21 years in the band, and that's it, mate. We we started all this a long time ago. We had our influences, and I'm here to answer all your questions. Okay?
Well, speaking of that, 'cause I know you said you joined in 2004, but one of my favorite albums that the Dead Nomads actually put out came out before you joined the band. So I guess I can wide kind of
This
form my
one.
question a little bit differently. Was actually before that, November 16th, 1998, which was Speed and Melody. And I got to say,
Speed and
because
melody.
obviously
I can
I know
talk
you
about that.
joined
Yeah.
man in 2004, but just what was it like just joining the band and actually having to learn these
Yeah.
songs, man? Because Speed and Melody was such a
Good to
killer
hear
record.
that. It's good to hear that the band had started with a demo tape. It was Desolation, the first demo tape. This tape sold out like more almost 2,000 tapes in the city, man. We sold out all the tapes we had at that time. I wasn't in the band, but I was touring with the band in some cities. I had another band at that time, so I knew the guys before that. We were together on this. Before that, I had another band, and we made a lot of shows together. And when the singer that was at the time decided to get out of the band for certain reasons, they called me, and I made a test, and I have entered the band. But it's glad to hear from you that one of your favorite albums is gonna be Speed and Mallet. Really cool.
Oh man, it's such a legendary record, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those albums, dude. Takes you way back,
Oh my
to the
god.
'90s, man. You can never go wrong with that, man. Freedom is
Oh,
still one of my favorite joints, bro. You can't go wrong with
that's
Freedom.
so cool. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. One of my favorite tracks is gonna be Skateboards the Law. I think it's
Yeah.
an awesome track. Yeah, I love that record. Those records, man. When we are playing live, the people, even the young guys that uh, started maybe a few years ago to listen to punk rock, they ask for the songs, and we need to play these old songs, a whole concert. It's pretty cool.
Was it difficult for you to actually learn those older songs when you actually first joined the band, or did it just come to you naturally?
It's a kind of it. It was natural because you know I had an idea of punk rock before joining the band, And I just got in punk rock because I disagree with a lot of things at that time. I started to reject many ideologies and ways of thinking that I found wrong at that time, and like prejudices, among others. And then I became really frustrated with certain things that happened in society, like injustice, and in the middle of this frustration, the guys have called me and said, "Hey, let's join the band." And I said, "Let's go for it." I was involved in punk rock before that, man. Totally involved. Like, you know, I was talking about that one of these days with the guys, and we're still doing it. And we are recording new songs, and probably the new album. We have made new lyrics. There is a song called "The Empire of Lies." That is about fake news and all the things. In Brazil, we have a lot of problems concerning to the politics, and you know, eh, we are back to the roots, man. I can say that. You're gonna listen to songs like you listen to listening and Speedy Melody album.
Yeah. And speaking of out there in Brazil and whatnot, man, I have to ask because obviously I'm out here in Canada. We have a good punk rock scene out here in Canada. A lot of legendary bands came out of Canada, but a lot of great bands also came from overseas and out of Brazil as well. Like for instance, the Dead Nomads. What is the punk rock scene actually like out there in Brazil?
The punk rock scene in Brazil already started with this band, man. This was the first band. I separate this to show you. This was the first band in Brazil. The first punk rock band. I think it's '78. And at that time, man, this band emerged at a time when the punk movement in Brazil emerged at a time in history when it was necessary. We were living under dictatorship in Brazil. It was terrible. At the mercy of these dictators. After a coup that took place there in 1964, 1964, Brazil only returned to be a democracy in the period of 85, 86 with a movement called Diretas Já. And since then, we have a lot of punk bands. But I gotta mention one that I don't know if you heard about them, but they're super cool. It's Ratos de Porão, mister. This is a
Oh, nice.
legendary band in Brazil. The name of this album is Arnacophobia. It's awesome. It's a classic. They have a lot of albums that are cool. I love this one. It's one of
The
my
artwork is
favorites.
gnarly, man.
Huh?
I said the artwork is gnarly, dude.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's badass.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And in Brazil, actually, now we have in Brazil a lot of bands that are playing now, and like well, I can tell you that one of my favorite bands they played with us, and you could interview them. I would recommend this one. It's called Dead Fish. These guys are awesome. They're pretty cool songs. Uh, these guys are real punk rockers. I would say that since '92, I think, something like that. They still doing a lot of shows. It's one of the biggest hardcore bands in Brazil. But in Brazil, we have a massive number of bands when it comes to metal, punk rock, and some people out there maybe they don't have an idea about what's going on in Brazil, but now bands from everywhere they want to come here and play, from everywhere. I don't know if you noticed that because you're there in Canada, but uh, all the bands are coming to Brazil now because we got an audience for punk rock here and for other genres, especially punk rock is back. I think after the pandemic, a lot of bands uh, they got motivated, to restart, and it was super cool. We have bands like, I would say, like Black Pantera is an awesome band. These guys sound like Bad Brains, It's pretty cool. Yes. Dead Fish, Ratos de Porão. In our city, we have some bands like Hot and Flies, like Desunidos. I'm gonna, I'm gonna send you all the names then, but we have a big scene here happening. In my city, I could say that there are around like maybe, I don't know, maybe 40 bands, man, active. Not only punk rock, of course, but a lot of bands they are playing, and we're still playing. You know, I don't know how, but we're still here playing and recording albums. And this is pretty cool.
And also, speaking of like playing and whatnot, the Dead Nomads had the opportunity to join many legendary bands on stage, with one of them actually being most notably Pennywise. I gotta ask, man, what was it like just getting on stage and sharing an enormous stage with Pennywise, man? Because honestly,
My God,
Pennywise,
Mister.
one of the biggest and best punk rock bands of all time.
Yeah, yeah. I was listening to this album before before this interview. Man, it was an invitation from a producer from Fortaleza. He called us, and I couldn't believe, let's open for Pennywise. Told the band, the guys were there, like, what? I said, yeah, let's go there. Let's face it. And it was huge for us, man. It was huge because, like, you know, uh, the references, the ones that like punk rock, uh, bands like Bad Religion, like NoFX, like Pennywise. I would say more bands, but these ones are like they are so huge, man. They still out there, And when I get there on stage and I played before then, there were four bands before then. We played. We were the second band, I think. Don't remember right now, but we were on the same stage anyway. And I could meet some of the guys. I could talk with them. So it was pretty cool, man. An audience, big audience, like I think maybe 6,000 people. It was really cool in the city, in the city that is in the northeast, of Brazil. It's not in the south, it's in the northeast. So it was super crowded. The people showed up there, and you see that the guys loved the concert, and they played it a long time. This concert was a long concert for Pennywise, and in the end, everyone got there on the stage to sing with them. It was pretty cool, pretty cool. We sang together. All the bands they have called all the bands to get on the stage, and it was crazy, man. In the end,
Did you get a chance to actually meet any of the members of Pennywise, like before or after your show? Because I will admit, some of the members of
before the
Pennywise, man,
show,
being able to kick it with them would be sick.
oh man, before the show, I met Fletcher. It was fantastic. It was quick. Uh, he doesn't like to take pictures. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like to take pictures, but I took a picture with him. Pretty funny, the picture. And we talked a little. I had the opportunity to talk with him. Uh, he was drinking beer and having fun before the show. He was a really cool guy, When we went up on the stage and we were together, all the band said, "Go sing it with me." I got said, "No, no, man, what are you doing?" And it was super cool, man, super cool, super cool.
Also, November 29th of 2021, you guys actually dropped a 12-track record titled The Demo Years. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about this record, and of course, what criteria of years that consisted of the demos?
Okay, we got maybe one, two. Let me see, like four new songs. We got Punk Love is a new song. Going Nowhere, it's also a new song, and I maybe Ghost Town and Ride the Devil. Uh, I would say that this record was a record that it was a record that I said after this record I'm gonna go back to our roots, and I love this record because it was really difficult to record this record. It was a difficult process, you know. We were in the studio and it was my time to record my vocals, and the guy said, "No, you got just one shot," and I said, "One shot, man? No way, no way." And it was too much pressure. The budget was tight, you know, but we did it. We did it. And concerning to the demo, we recorded "Culture of Competition," that is on Desolation, our second demo. Then 1945, that is 1945. It's a classic. I think this song is we recorded in English because it was only on our first demo tape, and we decided to record some of these songs from the first and the second demo tape. And from this album also, we recorded some of the English tracks that are on this album. We re-recorded uh, "Culture of Competition." No, it was. Let me see. No, not. It wasn't from this album. It was from basically it was from Desolation and from Speed and Metal. Speed and Metal, Desolation, and that's it. That's it, man. Basically, we got a lot of tracks from Desolation here. Okay, because it's a long story, so sorry about that. We recorded so many songs, believe me, along this year. So there will be a lot of albums like this one and this one. The Killing Time. It was great because we had time to record this album. It's different from the first albums, but there will be songs that are punk rock, some kind of street punk rock, and I would say that all the songs in Portuguese that they were released on one of our lost demo tapes. No, me, I don't have this tape. I don't have this tape. So we recorded again some of the songs in Portuguese here. It's a special album, this one. And this one, it was my first album with the band. I don't know if you heard this one.
I heard,
Uh,
heard of that one, yeah.
yeah. This one, it was hard for me, but it was cool. We recorded some classics from the 80s. It was uh, pretty cool this, to record this album.
And I just want to give one giant huge shout. I know we're live right now, but I just got to give a shout out to one of my biggest supporters, man, Trey Boogie Official. Honestly, man,
Oh,
one of the coolest dudes you'd ever meet, man. I known Trey for 5 years.
really?
Every time he pops in, I just got to show him some love. So shout out to Trey before we continue the
Oh,
interview, but shout out to him. But no, I got to jump into your most recent single, bro. June 17th, 2024, Dead Nomads actually released the single titled The Rain. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about this most recent song. And of course, is this actually the first single off the up and coming Dead Nomads record?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. And this song, it was about a tragedy that happened, that took place in Rio Grande do Sul. Uh, uh, it was really tough for first Brazilian to see all that. Many people lost their houses. I think it was one of the biggest storms in history in Brazil. And we we've been observing that, watching on TV. It was really touching, you know. It was hard to watch all that happening with the Brazilian people, and there was some questions involving this tragedy. Uh, a lot of opportunism by some politicians, and they want to show up. We're helping them, and these politicians they spread a lot of fake news because the federal government was sending them money, and unfortunately, a lot of people spread a lot of fake news. So we made this song like it was. Uh, we got so bad, man, with this fake news, with all this thing concerning to this tragedy, that we decided to record a chuva, and a chuva talks about a hope in the middle of a tragedy, but it also talks about we have some criticism on this track, that it's like there will be people that they just talk, you know, they just talk and they're not doing anything about that. They're watching those people getting killed by this disastrous event, and they're just watching. They're not doing anything. So we decided to record this song, and man, I don't know what impression you had about our new song, but I would like to hear from you. I would like,
I
really.
gotta say, man, I actually absolutely love the song. The moment it dropped, I actually placed it into the radio station's rotation here in Canada, man. So I'm telling you, from like Brazil all the way to Canada, you guys are getting airplay, man. Now I'll tell you this, like I tell every other killer band that slides into my radio station airways. If you keep spinning it, we here at 99.9 FM are gonna keep. You keep making it, we here at 99.9 FM are gonna keep spinning it, man. So you keep making it, I'll keep playing it.
Oh my God, no, that's a normal, man, because I've been checking out, and you did so many things for the punk rock and for the rock and roll. You've been inviting lots and lots of bands from everywhere. And the first time I sent you some I don't know, some posts, things like that on direct, and you saw that and you came up,
Yeah.
oh, that Nomad, and talked with me, and since then it's been a pleasure having this honor to be on the Punk World Radio. For us, it's our first international broadcast interview out of Brazil, like in Canada, you know, and it's
Hey,
really
man,
special for me.
people that don't realize either, man, but people that are actual punk rock fans, they know about the Dead Nomads, bro. Like, you guys are legends out there in Brazil, and trust me, when you guys actually do what you do, and you guys been doing it for so many years, since 1996, that stuff actually like seeps over the border into Canada and North America. Like, punk rock is such a diverse community. People don't realize that, so that people outside of the community don't really realize just how of a diverse, close-knit community the punk community is. So I mean, trust me, you could be way overseas doing what you guys do, and here in Canada, America,
I have
we
some
all know
good
about it.
news. I have some good news for you. I talked with our bass player today, and he said that there is a program that is related with culture in Brazil, that they can support us with the tickets and some money, and we can go anywhere. So all we gotta do is all we gotta do is wait for an invitation, because if we have a formal invitation to a festival, for example in Canada, we can go there. But it needs to be previously, like you need to send to me previously, because We're gonna go there. He talked with me about that. The budget is a little tight, but we can use for that. That's some good news. Can go some places with this budget. It's a cultural program from the federal government, and it's helping many bands out there. It's pretty cool.
We kind of have the same thing down here in Canada. I don't know about festival-wise, but I do know here in Canada, you can actually apply for a grant, and they'll actually help fund the creation of your record. I don't know about festivals, but I do know if you apply for a grant here in Canada, they'll actually help fund the creation of your record, which is actually really cool.
Yes, we got this record. It was some of these programs that they provided us money to invest on this record. This one, we had some friends, a lot of friends that helped us to make this happen, but also the city hall helped us with that. They know us. They know us. We've been working a long time in the city, in the northeast of Brazil. We've been working a lot, and we're still dreaming. Who knows? One day we go to Canada. I heard from the bass player that we got a chance to have a budget to go to anywhere, but all we need is a formal invitation. It can be a concert hall or a festival, anything, and we can be out there. That's it. That's great news for us.
And I have to ask, man, because obviously I know we only touched base on a little bit of the Dead Nomads' legendary career here on Punk World Radio FM tonight, but I got to ask, man, is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview? Anything else you do still want to touch on, talk about, or promote?
This interview, when you talk about, I missed the point. Can you repeat for me? Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. I was wondering, is there anything else you want to talk about, or anything I might have missed, like new albums, new music, new concerts that are coming up, stuff like that?
Sure. We got a concert next Saturday in Brazil. It's gonna happen in a place called Música Urbana, and two of the oldest bands in the city will play together. And we didn't have the chance to play together a long time, and now we will do this on Saturday, and it's gonna be wild because we're gonna play songs from Speed and Melody, Desolation, from all our albums live. And the last time we played there were lots and lots of people to see us because there is open, and it's free for everyone to go there. It's in front of a record store. We're gonna play. It's pretty cool, the place, and I'm gonna show you the result of this show for sure. I'm gonna send you some videos after the show, and it's gonna be wild. Concerning your record, we've been thinking about that. We have some new music out there. A Chuva is one of the songs that probably is gonna be on the new album. This new song, The Empire of Lies, is pretty cool. It sounds like it's a mix. I would say that it has a big influence of Bad Religion and Melancholy on this song, and it's a pretty good song. And there are more music coming up. We will stop maybe next month after November, and we are getting to the studio to record our new full album. It's gonna be around 12 tracks. We've been talking about it, and maybe it's gonna be our new Speed of Melody. Who knows?
But before we actually part ways here tonight, man, obviously I know right now we're broadcasting on Instagram due to some unfortunate technical difficulties. But with that being said, this interview is going to be posted on our YouTube. So for the people that are watching on YouTube, how do we go about following you across all social media platforms? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the works.
Repeat, please. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
sorry. How do we follow you across social media? Like, what are your social media handles?
Okay. We have a page on Instagram. Is Dead Nomads. You can find, just type Dead Nomads. On YouTube, you can find us if you search for Dead Nomads official. TikTok, TikTok. There will be a lot of funny videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
things that things that are not on Instagram. And we also have these streaming music platforms like Amazon, Spotify. If you type Dead Nomads there, you'll find us. Facebook too. So we got all this. Okay. And I would like to say thanks for being here with you. It's such an honor, really. When I saw the number of people that you have interviewed and the guys that you have interviewed, like, man, oh my God, is it real? I'm gonna be interviewed by Jay Morrow. I can't believe that. Yes, I had this, you know. Uh, there was a little bit of adrenaline before the interview. I was kind of nervous.
Hey man, I gotta say first and foremost, I appreciate that, man. Honestly, I just do what I just do what I love to do, and I do it so much that I just don't really get a chance to soak in what I've done in my career. So then, like, when I get compliments like this, I kind of sit back and go, "Damn, man!" Like,
No, but it's for
I
real,
guess
for real, man.
make
For
me
real.
blush and shit. You know,
No,
you make me blush.
no, it's like if you don't have people, if you don't have people like you, because also in my city, we have a guy like you know, and it's so important. It's so important because people like you, that makes us continue with the scene. The scene survives not only because of the bands. The bands without the audience, they're nothing. Without a radio station, they're nothing. Without friends, without all this community needs to be together. And we've been talking about that. Last year, we've been playing along with metal bands, and it was pretty cool for us. The public accepted in a way that we were like, wow, it's awesome. So there's a movement happening here, and I think guys like you, they maintain this scene, you know, they maintain this scene, and that's for real, man. Without people like you, I think the things were supposed to really bad, and they are not. We're still surviving. Punk rock still really strong, and all over the world. There are a lot of new bands, right? I think in Canada, I haven't talked about Canada with you, but I'm a big fan of Sum 41. You know,
Same
I like this
here,
guy
man.
a lot. I like this guy a lot, man. Like, I really enjoy their music. Also, Billy Talent. I listen to this
Yeah.
guy. I really like him. And the Canadian bands are really cool. But the first band I heard from Canada, it was this one, man. My father listened to this. It was
Yes.
Rush.
Rush.
It
Yeah.
was the first
Yeah.
band, yes.
You know what
And
have you heard of Belvedere?
uh,
Have you heard of the band Belvedere?
yes, of course, for
Oh,
sure. I like them a
I
lot.
know that's a dumb question. I mean, that's probably
I like
that's probably the
them
first
a
dumb
lot. I
question
like
I've
them a
asked in a
lot.
long time.
These guys are kicking out, right? Are kicking
Yeah.
out. It's a great band. It's such a great band. Yeah, I heard about them. They're pretty cool. I heard about lots of bands that now I try to remember because I separated some stuff here to show you my influences and some bands that I I really enjoy. First, I think this was the first CD I have listened to. Uh, and I got it. It's the original one.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Recite for Hate. And then this one, Pennywise. What else? There'll be a lot of this one. I like this one a lot. Ignition from the Offspring. There'll be a lot of albums. This one was really important for me, right? And there are all the bands from Canada, from everywhere. I like this band. I don't know if you like this one, but I like them a lot. It's from Ireland. I like these guys a lot. So I have a lot of influences around punk rock, around heavy music, but punk rock is on my DNA, and I'm coming back with a lot of punk rock. The fans out there, they they can expect an album that will be we're going back to our roots. Definitely, we got this feeling we're going to do that, naturally, of course.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for giving not only myself but the radio airwaves a bit of your time, man. It was such an honor speaking with Brazil's finest. Hopefully we can make this happen again soon. But for now, man, have yourself a phenomenal night, man. We definitely shall talk soon.
When we recorded a new song, I appreciate if we do this again. And I could be with the guys together here and play a song for you. Okay? Like, I'm going to talk with them about that possibility that it can happen in this studio with all the bands together. These guys are working. There's a guy that works with digital media. Maybe he's working now. Or I would like to mention the guys because I am the singer, Marcel Bruno, but we also have Johnson that is a guitar player. Ruben Castro is the founder of the band. He's pretty old, It's pretty old now, but he doesn't seem like. It seems like he has around. People say that his age is an enigma because he has the same energy since the beginning of the band. This guy has the same energy and never changed. And Dagner, that is the bass player, and Elmo is the drummer. We got this squad, is the best squad that we had, best formation of all times, and definitely is a punk rock formation. Because before this actual drummer that we have now, we had a drummer that we considered that he was connected with grunge, with alternative music, and not only with punk rock. That's why some of our albums they sound they have different influences. But now I think we got this formation, and everyone can expect a really strong album from us, a real punk rock album. Definitely, it's gonna be hardcore, and it's gonna be wild, man, for sure.
Oh, man, I got to say, I'm super excited to hear what comes next from you guys, man. Thank you so much again for your time. We definitely shall talk again here soon, man.
DJ Mortal, I hope to be back again with you. It was an honor. And thanks for the audience in Canada. I hope the Canadian listeners from Punk World Radio have the pleasure to listen to our new single, A Chuva. And we're sending more music to Canada and all over the world. Okay? Thanks for the opportunity, man. From the deep of my heart, thank you so much. I'm kind of, sometimes I cry when I'm talking.
Hey, dude, it's all good, bro. At the end of the day, man, it's all good. God. Thank you for your time, man. And like I told you before, you keep making it, you send it my way. I'm going to keep spinning it, dude. So no worries. We'll make this happen again sometime soon, man. Thank you so much.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.